Welcome to LumiQ for a special edition exclusively for Xero. I'm your host, Michael Kravchuk, and I had the pleasure of asking 5 of Xero's executive team the same question from their different perspectives about how Xero will continue to support beautiful business. You'll hear from Anna Curzon, Nick Houldsworth, Steve Vamos, Craig Walker, and Rachael Powell in that order. I hope you enjoy. What's the one thing that is most important for Xero's success in its second decade that's had to change from the first decade?
That's a really interesting question. I think, some things stay the same, and that's important not to lose them.
Sure.
So I would probably reverse engineer the question and say the thing that cannot change as we move forward is our culture and our values. We were born to hustle. But be humble at the same time. We were born with a winning mindset, and Rachael Powell, who I'm sure you'll be interviewing too, Chief Customer Officer, often says this, we're winning or we're learning. And I think those are the things that what got us here will get us there. There are some things that will not get us there, but I think it's super important that we never lose that culture of meritocracy, that we never lose that culture and that value that got us here. And that can be hard as you get bigger and you scale and you have more different locations from around the world. Yeah. So I think in terms of answering your one question another way about what we do need to build is just designing listening posts, designing communication channels to make sure we really are, we've got our finger on the pulse and we are really making the right decisions and keeping those relationships strong as we get bigger.
I think we want to maintain the mindset of a startup, but tap into the resources of a scale-up and have the discipline of a grown-up. If we can harness all of that and stay true to our core values and our brand and the energy that you get from people that are in the company, then I think, it's ours to win. And there's so much potential ahead. And it's fantastic when people join the business because it's like WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. People interview, they meet all these people and they're like, is it really like that? And then they start like, oh my gosh, it is. This is a fantastic place to work. And so I think we keep attracting talent. We have our kind of core values, they retain strong. And we have that, that combination of growth mindset, discipline, and the great resources that we have, and we'll execute and we'll succeed.
So the biggest difference for us going forward will be the need to not only be able to add subscribers and focus on the cloud accounting core, but to really extend our core into where we're heading, which is providing small businesses with a much broader range of services that help them run their business in the cloud. And we call that the transition from beautiful accounting software to beautiful business.
For me, from a product standpoint, it's really thinking about the platform as a whole. And I see the platform in 3 kind of levels. So obviously there's the ecosystem, and that's obviously, a big part of our value proposition, the kind of verticalized solutions and all that kind of stuff. So, what we do with our API and our ecosystem going forward is also what we can do to harness the power of the data that we have, how we provide better insights to our customers. And then kind of layering on top of that, how do we provide services that enable our customers to basically add value to both our customers and to Xero. And so I think what we're able to do as far as being Xero as a platform takes us into kind of a new realm that extends beyond just adding customers. Like, what can we do for our existing customers that adds value to their business? And an obvious one is how do we help them get access to capital? So I think where we are in 10 years is probably is just a business that is able to service our small business customers and our accountants in a much wider scope and in a much more global scope. And I think that's kind of where I see us going. And I'm really lucky. I feel like what my team is doing is kind of in the middle of that. But there's lots of cool stuff at Xero that's kind of heading in that direction.
the simple answer is like human, and that human element and that psychological contract piece and the vocation that all the Xeros, and you would have seen this from interviewing so many of us over the course of the last couple of days, that is unique. And I've never, ever seen the passion and commitment of 3,000 people all working towards common purpose to the same level and the same extent that we've got here. And it actually extrapolates beyond our people. It's our whole partner community as well, who we see as an extension of the family. They're our cousins, if you like, and that just gives us the opportunity to amplify that energy and create this movement we call the Xero movement across the globe at such a faster rate. So I suppose that's the magic, and that's what we've got to continue to foster. How that's different to the first decade, because I think it's always been the case, but I think that what we need to do is make sure that we don't take that for granted in the second decade. And I think that is going to be our fundamental challenge, is how you continue to scale at such a rapid rate across multiple continents in a way that maintains that magic, which is our DNA, without taking it for granted, because it's something that we're going to have to continuously work on.
I do have to say, what Xero has built and the community around it is really something special, and the fact that you get so many people so excited about accounting is awesome to see. As you know, we're big fans of making CPAs cool again, and
yes.
I think Xero is certainly one of our partners on that one. So thank you so much for your time today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of Xercon.
To hear these 5 interviews in full, go to lumiq.luminary.co or download LumiQ, LUMIQ, on your app store.